For those of you who don't know, I'm Maggie, and today I am sharing with you all of my favorites from the month of May. These favorites are all over the map. We've got some home things, kitchen things, jewelry things, beauty things, so let's just dive right in. We're not even gonna go in a particular order. Let's just do it. So the first thing that has been kind of eye-opening to me is nothing revolutionary, but it's this concealer brush, and this comes from Real Techniques, and it says that this is the Expert Concealer Brush. To me, this is a glorified eyeshadow brush. Like, this looks exactly like most other eyeshadow brushes that I have in my bathroom, and so when this first came in, I guess I was expecting this to be a little bit bigger, but now that I've used it for, I don't know, probably a full month at this point, I kind of realized that the smaller size is what you need. It does a really great job of actually getting in the corners, and that's where I have the most like blue toned kind of darkness. The reason I switched to a brush, I guess, let me back up, is because I noticed that when I was using my finger, it was kind of tugging at the concealer and moving it around, thinning it out a little bit more than maybe I wanted. So I feel like this allows your concealer to be a little bit more full coverage because you can just pat it in rather than dragging and rubbing it. I love this for just pressing it in. Now, another pro that's completely personal is that I used to wash my hands after my BB cream that I apply with my fingers and after my concealer that I applied with my fingers. And now you only have to wash your hands once and get it over with. So I really enjoyed using this brush. If you've been looking for a good concealer brush that's affordable, this one I want to say is like less than $10. And I'm just realizing that it also has a number. It says this is the Real Techniques 210. If you've seen my latest video, then this next thing is not gonna come as any surprise to you, and this is the Calpak Mini Clear Cosmetics Case. And I have loved this. Traditionally, I had traveled with like a train case style bag that had an area for your makeup brushes and your little travel bottles and everything else that you would wanna bring with you, which was great. I truly love that design still. Like, I haven't gotten rid of that bag, but I feel way more organized when I travel with this because you can see everything, and it's really nice because this bag splits completely in half. So I keep like all of my hair care, skincare kind of things on one side and then makeup on this side. And as you can see, I keep these bags packed year round because I'm not using travel size products every day. So then that also makes packing like really easy later, and I have less of an opportunity to forget things. So there's a packing tip for you there. But if you want to see me pack this entire bag to show you just how much capacity this actually has, I'll be sure to link that pack with me video in the description box below. And if you like this bag, but you're not wild about this beige color, then they do have other colors available. They have a black, and I know kind of like a burgundy, a mauve, a pink, a purple. They have something to suit everybody. So just know, if you've been in the market now that we can travel again, this is a really good one. Now we have a rediscovered favorite. So I used this many years ago. This is the John Frieda Go Blonder Lightening Shampoo and Conditioner. And if you've seen my recent empties video, you'll know that I ran into some issues trying to find a blonde shampoo at the salon that I go to. And this is exactly what I was looking for. Something that takes your hair color and lightens it. Not something that tones down brassiness like a purple shampoo or something. This is super affordable to boot, so it actually works, and it's a great price point. I wanna say you can get both of these for like $24, like maybe they're $12 a bottle, maybe less than that. I'll figure it out and link it down below for you. This has actually lightened my hair. Now, my hair like this is a terrible representation of the change, and to be quite honest, I didn't take a before and after video, but Brian actually stopped me the other day and was like, whoa, Maggie, your hair is definitely lighter. Because I used to be super like white blonde when I was little, and just as I've aged, my hair has gotten darker and darker and darker, and recently kind of taken on, I don't know, almost like a reddish tone, like an auburn tone to it. But anyway, this truly is lightening my hair. It smells really good. It doesn't dry out my hair, which I know a lot of blonde kind of lightening products tend to do if they have hydrogen peroxide or something in it. I don't feel like it's giving me like an orange artificial look. If you're in the market, I can't recommend this enough. Another favorite from this month is also kind of a throwback. I have given into the Tiva trend. And I used to own some of these when I was really little, and now I feel like these sporty sandals are coming back in a really big way. I needed some. I didn't have any sort of sandal that was like good for the beach or waterproof or pool or something. I'd always just worn like faux leather sandals that you get from Old Navy or something like that. I don't even own a pair of like actual flip-flops. So enters the Tivas. And I loved this kind of fun muted color scheme because this can almost be neutral to me. I don't know, you may disagree, but I feel like because these colors are muted and it is just like tans, pinks, and blues, you can honestly get away with wearing these with a ton. I ordered 2 different sizes because the sizing to me was a little bit confusing online. So I ordered my true size 7 and a size 6, and the true size 7 fit me perfectly. I would say that these are true to size, and these are so comfortable. They're super lightweight. They're actually supportive. As you can see, if you have an arch, like it's actually gonna support your arch, which is huge because I have really tall arches. Your arch needs a lot of support or it starts to get really achy and sore if it doesn't. So that's why I typically resort to tennis shoes or something like that in a theme park. But now I could wear these and my toes would be all like breezy and cool, and my arches would be supported because these are wildly comfortable. So these are just Velcro shoes. So obviously you can adjust how tight it is kind of around the top of your foot, ankle area, and down here at the toe. These are about 50 bucks. So they are expensive as far as like a sporty sandal is concerned, but I feel like these are gonna last forever. They're so comfortable, and I'm excited to take these to the beach this year. So I've always called these Tevas, but when I called the customer service people to help me return the other pair, they called them Tevas. Interesting. Pronounce it how you wish, but I feel like I always knew them as Tevas, so that's what I call them. Kind of got a 3-in-1 product to show you here. So the first item that I've been loving is this jewelry organizer. This just kind of sits on a shelf in our closet, and it allows me to see all of my jewelry in one place rather than having it hang and then you're trying to like pull a necklace off and you end up taking 3 necklaces down and they all get tangled up. I just feel like this has been such an easier, much more enjoyable way to both display, store, and access all of my jewelry. This has 24 slots, and in some areas where I might have stud earrings or something, I've put multiple items in a square, but also this has that felt, which I think is really good for jewelry in general, keeps everything looking nice, and it's just a neutral kind of wood. So this actual jewelry organizer gets an A++ for me, and that's just one of the things that I wanted to show you here. Some other specific jewelry favorites while we have this out. Some have been from the brand called Missoma, which was actually started by a mother and 2 daughters, and the name of the company is actually like a mismatch of their names together. And I found out about these coin necklaces from Shay McGee, from like Studio McGee, because she has fabulous style. And so I got this one like bigger medallion necklace for Christmas from my parents. Love that. And I love to layer that medallion necklace with this little smaller kind of antique looking coin necklace. I am a gold jewelry person through and through. So when you saw me like pan over this jewelry organizer, it's no surprise that legitimately everything is gold. But they also have other metal types as well on their website if you're not a super gold person, just FYI. Some other jewelry I've been loving from them are these little opal huggies. I have a group of 5 friends and we all chip in on one present to each person when birthdays roll around. So you get like one nice gift instead of like 4 smaller gifts from your friends. And so this is what I picked out. I just want to start collecting pieces from this Missoma line because it is super high quality. They have great pieces that just fit my aesthetic and like what I want in jewelry, and it's gonna last forever as long as you take care of it. They come with cleaning instructions, a cleaning cloth that I've been very diligent about. So if you've never heard of that brand and you're looking to upgrade your jewelry a little bit and maybe stop buying the stuff that tarnishes after a year so that you can really like keep your jewelry, take care of it, and produce a lot less waste, I would highly recommend Missoma. But on the total opposite side of the spectrum, I also have to say that I completely gave in to this Amazon necklace trend. And so I got this little layered necklace set. Mine has an M on it, obviously, for my name. And it also came with just like a basic paperclip chain kind of choker necklace. So you layer these 2 together. That's how they're meant to be worn. So you can wear these separately, which I think is so nice. So you can kind of mix up your pairings, layer them with other things. And for this necklace to cost $10.99, it has held up surprisingly well. Anyway, super cute, trendy jewelry. Had to give a shout out to all of those things because I've loved them. And I've worn like that combination of jewelry, like the Huggies, the Missoma necklaces, and the Amazon necklaces. the most for the past like 2 months. Now we're gonna move into the kitchen. I actually have several kitchen related things, and I have to present these in a particular order because they all tie together. So the first thing that I love is this cookbook. This is by Molly Baz, who used to be featured on the Bon Appetit YouTube channel. You can still go watch old episodes. She has since stepped away from that and is kind of doing her own thing and came out with this cookbook. Now, I went through a long explanation of why I loved this book on my Instagram, but I know not all of you follow me over there, so I do want to hit the highlights here too. There are so many things I love about this cookbook, but this is what each spread looks like. You have a full picture of every single recipe, which I think is very important in a cookbook because you need to know what you're cooking and what it's going to look like in the end. It is very hard for me to gravitate toward just a recipe in a cookbook with no picture because I feel like I'm flying blind, you know? This is a very surface level thing, but I love the font that she picked. I love the blue, and I love the blue text throughout and kind of that retro font they've selected. It's the organization that just knocks it out of the park for me. At the top of every recipe, you're going to find which area of the grocery store you can find things. So it's basically like an organized shopping list for you already, which is amazing. So then when you move down the page, you get to the typical cookbook blurb, and then once you get to the actual recipe part of things, you know how recipes will be like, add the water, flour, sugar, butter, and eggs to the bowl. And you're like, oh gosh, I have to go back to the top. I don't remember how much water, how much sugar, how many eggs, so-and-so. She includes in her instructions, add the 2 cups of flour, the 2 tablespoons of water, the ½ cup of sugar. Like, she puts the actual measurement in the text so that you're not constantly going back to the top. Love it. And another really cool thing about this cookbook is, as you can see here, there's this little QR code. And what she's done is put together these short little videos. So you scan the QR code, it auto loads the video, and she teaches you a cooking technique. So she's teaching you how to cook, you're making these insanely good recipes, and it's organized so well. It's just such an enjoyable experience. It has some very interesting chapters, like she has an entire chapter on eggs, which I think is really unique, and we love eggs in our house. And so one of our favorite recipes in here is like poached eggs in a chickpea spiced tomato sauce. It is delicious. So in Molly's book, because she is teaching you cooking techniques, she also has an entire section that outlines different kitchen staples that you need to have. I have been a big offender of using the same measuring cups for dry ingredients and liquid ingredients. And I think that's totally fine. Like, obviously, I've cooked food well up until this point. Like, we could have survived without it, but I love to cook, and accumulating different kitchen things that are going to be extremely useful is a great thing for me. And so I have to tell you about these measuring cups that my father-in-law happened to send at the perfect time. The first ones that he sent are these teeny tiny little cups, and these each measure 1/4 of a cup, but it's so nice because it also gives you incremental measurements on the side, like a 1/16 of a cup, an 1/8 of a cup, and a 1/4 cup. And on the inside, as you can see here, it's also giving you the tablespoons and the ounces. You also even get milliliter measurements. They've clearly thought of just any type of measurement that you can need is marked on these cups. I love how little these are, especially if you're making a salad dressing or something like that. I think that having these little cups is really nice because most of the time you're doing smaller quantities, not like total cups of things. He also sent this set of 3 measuring cups, and these are something that are a bit more traditional that you've definitely seen before. And this is mostly what Molly was referencing in her book, saying everybody needs a set of measuring cups like this for their liquid ingredients. This is the one that we use the most of the 3. So this is the 1 cup measurement, but it also came with a 2 cup and a 4 cup. But again, the thing that makes this so versatile and so useful and allows you to dirty a lot fewer dishes while you're cooking is that this has every measurement too. So we have the different cups. Also on the inside, you can see that it measures out the different cups and the different ounces again. They're just so insanely useful, and things come out of them really well. This comes from the brand OXO, which I'm a big fan of. I feel like they do a really good job making affordable, useful kitchen gadgets that have multi-purpose. Like, they're not all single-use kitchen gadgets that are just annoying to clutter up your space. They're really inventive. So anyway, this set of 3 measuring cups is high on our list, but arguably the coolest measuring cup that he gave us is actually this one. This is specifically meant for those things that you measure that don't fully come out of a measuring cup. So think things like honey or tahini or different dressings or yogurt or anything thick that you're typically scraping off the sides of a measuring cup. All right, so how this works is that let's say you need 1 cup of Greek yogurt for your recipe. Well, the 1 cup measurement is shown here on the side, and you can see this little divot that runs along the side of this cup. All you do is twist this measuring cup until you get 1 cup lined up with the top of this black marker, as you can see. So then you would fill this up with Greek yogurt, and then when you want to put it into the bowl or whatever you're mixing, you like twist it back along that divot and it scrapes everything out. It pushes 100% of the product out of this cup so that you're not having to scrape the sides. It basically does it for you because of this silicone piece right here. So handy. You could accomplish the same thing with like a silicone spatula or something, but again, it's eliminating how many dishes that you have to get dirty. So if I wanted to, I could use this 1 cup for all of my measurements for the entire recipe and then do the really messy, sticky stuff last, and you'd be good to go. Now this last thing is a little bit random, and it is this specific cake mix. Miss Jones Baking Company Ultimate Vanilla Cake Mix. And you're probably like, what? This is super random. Well, I found out about this specific cake mix through a recipe from the Define Dish. It's these ooey gooey like chocolate chip oatmeal bars that are out of this world. So I'll be sure to include the recipe in the description box for you. But the thing that I love about this is that it's not a bunch of crap and chemicals like most boxed cake mixes on the market. Legitimately, the entire ingredient list here is organic cane sugar, organic wheat flour, organic wheat starch, baking powder, natural vanilla flavor, and sea salt, period. It is delicious. It has like the perfect amount of sea salt in it that complements the sweetness in here so well. I usually buy these in 3 packs on Amazon because I can't really find this in a lot of stores near me. So you can use this in the recipe that the Define Dish produced. Or if you're just looking for a healthier alternative for some upcoming cupcakes or somebody's birthday cake or something that you want to make at home with a box mix, this is definitely recommended by me. So delicious. And that is everything. That was so fun. I feel like I haven't filmed a favorites video in so long, and so I just had so many things that I wanted to share with you. If you like favorites videos and you're curious about other favorites I've done along the way, I'll include that entire playlist and all of the products mentioned in this video. So if you like this video, then like it. Stick around, subscribe, join the community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.